Hey there, everyone. It is Coach Adessa again on one of the Take the Wheel recordings where I am thinking of you all through one of my commutes, playing off of that symbolism of having myself in the driver's seat and got my hands on the steering wheel, um, riding the road ahead and hoping that, whatever I share openly with you guys can potentially make the right person at the right time, offering them the right words of encouragement, food for thought, whatever is needed to inspire them to give themselves permission to sit in the driver's seat of their lives and to welcome that opportunity to drive forward, step forward, or just be in that control position. Whatever it may be, that's why Take the Wheel exists, and that's why I'm speaking out to you all again today. In this very moment, I hope that all of you are definitely receiving as much positive energy as you can and well deserved. There's so much going on. I'm definitely sending love and prayers and thoughts to all that may have been affected by the most recent hurricanes and thunderstorms. I hope that they're a positive healing and recovery, as well as those going through grief from all that have been lost. I know it's a very trying time, and overall, we've gone through, uh, across the world, we've gone through so much complex challenges, one round after the next. After so much gloomy days, I'm very grateful for the sunshine that I'm driving through. I have felt teased by little minimal doses of vitamin D and then being hit with the gloom again. And so to have walked out the door for some beautiful temperature, some overall beautiful weather, and like I said, that sunshine bright, I definitely immediately was was ready to think of you guys. I really do think of you just about every time I'm driving and wanting to speak out. Sometimes the thoughts are a bit more like the layered onions, where it would be best to speak and provide those messages to you in more unique ways than what Take the Wheel is meant to offer. And so those end up ones that are placed in the parking lot, despite the fact that Take the Wheel was created for me to not be post-it notes and keeping you waiting. But there's some things that would be best to be spoken in the right way. So it's best to be waiting for the right time. With all of that said, I am ready to speak out to you guys today. I definitely have I would classify this one as a food for thought. I'd like you guys to take a moment to ask yourself a reflection question. And that is, are you more hesitant, worried, afraid of, whichever way you would like to look at it? Are you more hesitant of the unknown or the unfamiliar? Um, or is it that you're hesitant of knowing? So, what do I mean by that? I'm going to speak out now, and then hopefully that helps you be able to actually complete the process of really reflecting on that and seeing what speaks to you, because I believe it's something that we all can have in common of really needing to be able to know what can help us accidentally hold ourselves. When it comes to resistance or hesitation or lingering worries and fears, staying a bit too content in that comfort zone, that becomes survival mode over time, and the unintentional self-sabotage episodes and all of the things that I'm showing up for you all for, what I'm meant to be in your lives for. When it comes to looking closer at that and exploring all of the puzzle pieces, we're able to see how that comfort zone has to do with the things that we have learned or discovered that connects to survival, that makes us feel safe, makes us feel secure, makes us feel we're standing in potentially at least a good enough way, or whatever it is that allows us to stay put for a while. And then when it comes to this opportunity to try something or explore something or embrace something, whichever level of readiness we're at, that is new and unfamiliar, we may hesitate even stronger because we don't know whether or not it will go in our favor, or whether or not there are risks involved, or are there consequences we weren't ready and prepared for. It starts to feel questionable, which then makes it feel like it welcomes the door for doubt or insecurities, or, like I said earlier, those worries and fears that cause us to become a bit self-protective, because we're questioning whether or not it's actually, when we say risk, it's not just about whether or not an idea could be simple and seem like there's no unsafe parts about it. You just try it out. It either solves a problem or it doesn't solve a problem. And even in those times, we're hesitant because what the risk is that we could lose the only strengths we found so far. That's what comfort means. It means that we found a cozy spot that feels good enough for now, that feels like surviving enough to be stuck in that survival mode. Anyhow, is that what it is? Or is it that we're actually more afraid that it could mean that we're knowing things now? And why would I even question that when it seems more likely, like, no, everything you just said makes the most sense. Of course, we're most comfortable surviving. Duh. Why would we think any differently? Obviously, you understand what survival mode means. That's what you talk about all the time. Like, yeah, I could be spot on, and that could be the only things behind hesitations. But I think that for some of you, it actually is the opposite. And that's why I wanted to put this reflection question out there, because in a lot of ways, for those of you, especially those of you that have been receiving Be Guided for more than a year, you could be experiencing the 2 steps forward and 5 to 15 steps backwards, because becoming close to knowing could be intimidating. It could be terrifying. It could mean that you're realizing that if I take that step, I could really be potentially stepping out of survival mode. And that means that I could be becoming more of a survivor, and I could be welcoming developing skills for resilience, and I could be welcoming the opportunity to be living my life to the fullest, and I could be welcoming the opportunity of new beginnings, and I could be welcoming the opportunity of discovering even more about myself. And then if I discover more that I could do, I could discover more that I could be, and that means that I could be becoming more, and I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I could do that. What if I do that, and then what if I mess up? Or what if I do that, and then this happens? And what if I do that, and then that happens? And what if I don't do it right? And what if I don't do it? Like, there's so many thoughts that you could have when it comes to realizing that if you try that hard enough to become more explorational, and then you keep exploring far enough to becoming more of yourself and knowing what is specifically speaking to you, so now you're going to keep embracing this and all of the things that could be. And then when you realize, wait a minute, this is a could be and not a what has been, is that what you're hesitating from? Are you hesitating from what could be? Or is it really speaking to you and you're like, I'm not used to what could be. I'm used to what I found already. I'm used to what has been. This is a lot. And it is a lot. I feel like that's just as much, if not more, than saying, oh my goodness, why would I want to just get up and get comfortable with being uncomfortable? Why would I just be ready for that? Oh my goodness, would I be interested in coaching if I didn't need coaching? Like, I'm all for both. That's why I'm saying I would love for you all to take a moment to reflect and find out which one is it for you. Because if you let me know, I'm on a mission right now. Like, my next project mission is to say that this applies to all of my people. It's one or the other. It's a this or that, and I need to find out how to respond to this or that with the help them find the if this, then that. So for those of you that have not had coaching with me yet, when I talk like that, not that I'm addicted to the word that. Oh my goodness, I feel like I'm having one of those tongue twisters. This or that means that it's the conflict that contributes to the inner war, that when it's happening, it's what helps the mind race. And so if this is speaking to you, then you relate to my people too, and I'm meant to be speaking to you either through this way, or maybe you're meant to have a one free moment with me, whichever it is. If you can hear this, then it's definitely meant to be heard by you. Or one of your loved ones. Maybe you're meant to refer it to somebody. If you can't hear this and it's like gibberish, then you could probably spare yourself and not keep listening to this, because I think only my people can hear me. With that said, the if this then that is about recovery, about healing, or about guidance and knowing what steps to take forward. It's a combination of all of those, because it depends on who and where someone is. So that connects to what individualization means, and how what applies to one never applies to all, and what works for one never works for all. So I'm responsible to collect as many this or that scenarios as possible, compile what relates to all of my people, and then I'm responsible to have as much if this then that as possible, so that I am ready to help my people have the right resources at the right time to apply to their personal lives in the right ways for themselves. And so I'm like, this makes so much sense. I can't believe it. Like, we're so used to what's already out there. And I'm like, I get so irked at myself when I discover little moments like this because I'm definitely a trend follower. I'm definitely behavioral science for a reason and all that stuff that goes with it. I'm definitely a philosopher for a reason and all that stuff that goes with it. But when I see that there's still those little doses of needing to always emphasize that what works for one never works for all, what makes sense for one, it does not apply to all. It includes even the littlest thing that can become such a common way of understanding something. Like I said earlier, the getting out of that comfort zone, it's usually saying, hey, everybody, don't be afraid to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And then what we're on a mission for is finding out all of the different versions of uncomfortable and all of the different versions of what it means to be comfortable so that we can still individualize and see everybody in a unique and stoic way. And so I'm like, wait a minute. I was seeing those patterns of like, I gotta help them not be so cozy, like y'all so cozy. And I want to be holding your hand more than being that stuffed animal that's helping you feel good for a moment. I want you to know that my rates, my efforts, my persistence, that's because you deserve it and it's because you're investing in yourself. And so our reciprocity is that it's just going to be hard work and I don't want the financial stress and all those other components to be a part of your hard work. I want your best effort and the discovery of evidence of what's possible for you and that recharge of that hope meter and all those things to be the experience and the priorities in what you need from my direct service. So I thought, gosh, I don't want them to be cozy with the stuffed animal, but then stay uncomfortable with the misery that they are releasing time after time in their lives. Like you guys are so upset with not being where your heart desires to be and not you're not feeling yourself, you're feeling contentment in sitting still, but you're not feeling contentment and happiness in life. And so again, just to give, because I'm so about that wrap up time, I'm almost going to park in. You probably are already tired of hearing me ramble at you anyway. So the question you were asked at the beginning is, what are you actually most hesitant or afraid of that helps you kind of sit still for a while or pull back or have steps back? Which is it? Is it hesitant of the fact that it's new and unfamiliar, so it's just that discomfort of stepping out of a comfort zone into the unknown? Or are you personally feeling like, you know what, this spoke to me, and I'm actually one of the ones that it's the opposite. I do want to step out of the comfort zone so bad, but once I realized this is what could be, and I got that big charge of hope, and that you might be right, coach. Hope might actually be the biggest fear that we can face in life. Who knows? But all I know is that in this moment, yes, this spoke to me. I am not the comfort in the comfort zone attachment. I am actually um, afraid of the known. I started to get really, I don't know if it was intimidated or terrified or just generally realizing that I've never experienced anything like this before. And I pulled back because I was like, whoa, this is what could be. This was not even just about what I'm looking for, what I'm searching for, what I'm begging for, what I'm praying for. This was, whoa, we might have found something. This is speaking to me, this is working for me, this might actually help me better or become my best self. This really could be possibilities. And I might have been a little bit uh more comfortable with felt like it was impossible, but at least I was getting evidence of trying my best. And so now I'm just kind of, I don't know how to help myself keep going. um Whichever it is. So you're either hesitating because you would prefer to just stay with what you've always known for now. You don't feel ready yet to let go of that comfort zone of doing the same kind of protective factors that you have had or the same patterns and choices and cycles that you have had for now. It's just really hard to get yourself to break the patterns. So you are in that trend of still needing to figure out how to help yourself get comfortable with being uncomfortable, for the new and unfamiliar, that unknown. or you are worried about what it will mean to be knowing and whether or not you'd be able to maintain your best effort when all of these possibilities are right in front of you. So I look forward to hearing some of your answers, whether you want to tell me in our next individuals or you want to tell me in our private messengers, text messages, emails, whatever. You can comment here. This is going to be on the page or YouTube, or some parts of this will make it to the reels. And so whichever speaks to you, and whether you're a current individual that I serve or not, you're welcome to engage this too. So like I said, I'm curious. I will definitely be gathering more information and processing through more thoughts on this, because I am so ready to build on this in terms of what I can offer for your discoveries and the hand to hold for even stronger developments forward. So thanks for listening. Thanks for being a part of Take the Wheel. I am so excited for the next ride. Bye for now.